Hello. Mic check, and yeah, I'm a just do a quick test of like what the mic sounds like, cause I ain't trying to sound funny. But yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me. And oh my god, why do I keep blocking my screen unintentionally? Hit that, and I literally need to get the Touch ID keyboard. Oh, hey, thanks for joining. Yeah, so I mean, today, you pretty much like was able to tell from the title. So today, I will be building like a AI board of directors using AI, right? And on there, I'm gonna have like prominent figures like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Jensen Huang, Paul Rozier, and you know what? I actually don't know one more person to add. Who is one person I would want to have on my AI board of directors? I am honestly not sure. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna ask AI for that. Who should be on my AI board for DollarKnight? Okay, so Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, of course, I got them, and Navarra Vicant. I actually don't know who that is. Whitney Wolf. I honestly don't even know who that is. I'm gonna like pop this out so I have more space to see. Hmm. Okay, you know what? I would actually want to have like a security person. So yeah, so I'm gonna say give me a security person, information security. Because yeah, security is definitely like very important, and like I see a lot of people over like Sentinel Sec. Well, okay, so if I want to have like names, I have Paulo Sergio. I have Marcos Samola, Eva Galperin. I mean, Paulo Sergio just sounds like a dope name. So I mean, I'm gonna add Paulo Sergio then. Yeah. So the way we're gonna build this is like make it like as simple as possible first, and then we're definitely like going to build on top of what we have right now. Yeah. So yeah, the way I like to like build things is my philosophy is kind of like just do it and like do it first and then optimize or improve later. So yeah, if you're just joining today, we're pretty much like going to be building a board of directors with AI. With a board of directors, like a AI board of directors with AI. I mean, sounds confusing. I was confused myself, but I promise you it's gonna make sense. All right, so yeah, you know what? Let me quickly test the audio because I honestly still do not know what I sound like. Like okay, yeah, my check is good. All right, we are golden then. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. So yeah, today we're pretty much are gonna be building with Google AI Studio. If you don't know about Google AI Studio, then I don't know how what you're doing in 2025. But yeah, so yeah, we're just pretty much starting with the prompt. So we're saying build an app that has an AI board of directors. Okay. Okay, so build an app that has an AI board of directors with AI personas of people I want and make this user editable but I am starting with one, Steve Jobs. Shout out to Steve Jobs, may so rest in peace. And two, Elon Musk. Three, Jensen Huang, who is the CEO of Nvidia. Paul Ruther is a marketing genius. Paulo Sergio, who is an information security person. So yeah, I mean, I'm again, we're doing like building this with my philosophy, the James Almontable philosophy, which is kind of like build it first, like just do it, kind of like Nike. I actually love Nike. But yeah, here's the James Almontable building philosophy: like build it first, as simple as possible, then build on top of that, so like improve on top of that. So right now we're just gonna like give it a like really simple, make the UI look like people in a board, two people on the left, two people on the right, and one person across the table, right? So from me, okay. So now we're building what we want the UI to look like. We're prompting what we want the UI to look like, and so yeah, really, I look like people in a boardroom. Add the images and well, add the faces and corresponding names, right? So first name. You know what? Yeah, let's just do the full name first. I mean, um, you know what? Let's have a user editable thing here. User can pick first or full name. Okay, so yeah, right now we're pretty much just prompting the AI or the app. And today we're building with Google AI Studio, and Google AI Studio by default uses the Gemini 2.5 Pro. And I promise you, like once we hit build, you're gonna see how crazy this is and how fast this actually like builds out the app. So yeah, right now I'm pretty much like designing the UI via prompting, like UI prompting, huh? UI prompting. You know what? I don't think I've heard that term before. I might actually be a pioneer of that term. And I'm really, really, I mean, I don't really mind, but hopefully, I'm pioneering something. UI prompting. Haha. You know what? I think I just hit a gem mine, guys. UI prompting. That is my term. That is my phrase. I will be coining that and making a shit ton of YouTube videos about UI prompting as much as I can. But yeah, without further distraction, let's get back to the app. So yeah, again, I actually don't want this to be like super. I don't want this to be super super complicated at first. I want to build it, as basic, as simple as possible, and then make improvements over that. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do this, right now, and then like I'll see, what this gives me. So all right, so yeah, now it is building. Okay, transcribe audio. Yeah, so I mean, honestly, like this is like that point where we just have to wait, and I'm gonna like play a little bit of background music. Oh, my phone, my phone is the camera. All right, so you know what? Looks like I'm gonna have to find some background music myself. So I mean, I'm gonna do YouTube. I'm gonna do copyright free songs. Copy. All right, yeah, copyright free music. Hey, yo, what the hell? I wanted this to be pictures of like people. Okay, but yeah, you know what? I mean, before the copyright music, right? Let us test out this. Yeah, let's test out the app. So it's pretty much like done building. So, all right. So I mean, let's ask like the craziest of ideas that I usually had today, right? So, let me ask them if they know about DollarKnight. I mean, they probably do not know about DollarKnight. You know what? Let me give them a summary of what DollarKnight is actually. So like that way, I know like they are actually like providing tailored, advice. So I'm gonna say, give me a brief paragraph of what DollarKnight is about. All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna like, oh shit. Oh, wait, you know what? Yeah, copy this, then paste that and enter. Okay, so while they are thinking, it tells me the board is deliberating, which is not bad. So I'm gonna go full screen here, right? Okay. So we can see Steve Jobs is saying something, or our AI persona of Steve Jobs is saying something, Elon Musk, Jensen Huang, Paul Rudzier. So they're all saying something, right? So yeah, I mean, let's read this real quick, right? So Steve says, okay, sleek intuitive interface is a claim. Show me, is it truly effortless? Does it disappear when you use it, or does the UI get in the way? Then it goes further to say privacy first is good, but does the user feel that privacy in every but does it have feel that privacy in every interaction, or is just a bullet point? This needs to be insanely great, not just good enough. We need to simplify it further until it's magical. Sounds like Steve, Hearing, we need to simplify it further until it's magical. Definitely sounds like Steve. All right, let's keep over to like what Elon says. So he said, all right, AI powered budgeting. Fundamentally, what is the core breakthrough here? Are we just automating existing mental accounting, or are we truly optimizing financial velocity for individuals? Can it predict future financial stats with high accuracy, not just report on the past? Hmm. Okay, that's actually something I honestly have not thought about. Hmm. Okay, looks like AI Elon is cooking here. Hey, okay. So not just predicting the past, huh? All right. So then it goes further to say, we need to push the boundaries simply beyond simplifying personal finance to truly augmenting human financial capability. What's the 10x improvement, not just 10%? Hmm. Nah, AI Elon is actually cooking. I ain't gonna lie. All right, let's go to Jensen Huang. So he says that the AI powered aspect is critical. And he says, like, what is the underlying architecture? I swear, I don't even think I need to read this further. This is definitely Jensen. Because, like, Jensen is the guy that cares about GPU and the underlying, like, physical architecture. I swear, nah, this shit actually works. I swear to God. All right, but yeah, let's hear him out, okay? Let's hear Jensen. We know he's a hardware guy. We know he's the GPU guy, but let's hear him out. All right. So he says, what is the online AI architecture? Is it deep learning, reinforcement learning, or hybrid model? And then it goes further to say, like, how are we building out the data pipeline and compute infrastructure to scale these smart recommendations? This isn't just a product, it needs to be a robust, extensible platform. And then it goes further to say, how do we leverage accelerated computing to deliver real-time privacy preserving insights, and how do we foster an ecosystem around this intelligence? You know what? Nah, Jensen is actually like cooking with these questions. And I like the fact that they are posing questions, which is what you want your board to pose, right? I promise you, I had an investor call like maybe 2, 3 weeks ago, and had like two two potential investors, one with over 20 years of experience with software engineering development. He is a CEO himself, and has an app, has a company that is worth over like tens of millions of dollars. And the other is also a tech person. He's been in DevOps for as long as I can remember. And he's actually like a CEO and an entrepreneur himself. So like when I was like pitching them the idea of like what DollarKnight is, and if you don't know what a DollarKnight is, like you can kind of like take a glance at the left side of your screen. This is what DollarKnight is. Budgeting on autopilot. I mean, simple as that. Budgeting app on autopilot powered by AI. Simple, simple, simple. But yeah, again, going back to the investor call I had. So pretty much like they posed me these massive, but not just massive, but like really, really important questions, right? That kind of like gets you thinking of, what is the direction I'm gonna, follow while I'm like improving this product and making it the right fit for the industry. Because I promise you, like these are questions that you might not ask yourself because like you're just so focused on like programming and building and like head down, just like locked in, right? But I promise you, like having this kind of sessions actually like help not just the products but like your company in general, and then being able to like get this kind of like tailored advice, and not just advice but also basically like having a AI board of directors is actually OP. And I promise you, yo, on the investor call I had, I swear, yeah, so his name is Wale, Olawale. Oh my god, what's his last name? Oh, you know what? Leia, I'm gonna just show you his LinkedIn real quick. Like it literally like gave me this idea of building out my own AI like board of directors, right? Yeah, yeah. So his name is Olawale Lasisi. So yeah, I mean, if I show you his profile, he's entrepreneur, lives in Austin, Texas, investor, African capitalist, currently owns Mevron Records, and I actually like interned at Mevron like back in 2020, and like that is actually like where when I met Mr. Wale, and he's actually like been a great person. It literally like introduced me to Flutter. Like if you don't know Flutter, Flutter is pretty much like a software development framework by Google, and you can use that with one code base to build apps for like Android and iOS. And that is actually how I got introduced to Flutter. He introduced me back to Flutter back in during the pandemic of 2020, and now in 2025, fast forward 5 years, I built an app with Flutter, which is the DollarKnight. It's the budgeting app on the left side. But yeah, I mean the AI board is actually cooking. Is actually cooking. I am not gonna lie, but I just want a couple of All right, so yeah, I want to make a couple of changes, right? So like right now, like everybody, says like all what they want at the same time, and I have to go through everything. But honestly, this is not optimized, right? So I'm gonna like make a feature request to Google AI Studio. I'm gonna say write down all the board members just speak once, kind of like one after the other, but I want them to wait for my response, right? Before other board members talk. All right. So yeah, this is like a really simple change, and I think it's going to like improve the experience, right? And then I'm gonna add like, especially when they have a question. So like, of course, especially like if a board member has a question, like they most definitely want to wait for your response before like another board member jumps into like a different side of things, right? Especially if I have a question. Okay, so I'm gonna do Control Enter and on Mac, I guess Command Enter here. All right, so yeah, I mean, honestly, this has to be one of the best ways to vibe code. Like you have a preview of the application on the right, and then you pretty much get a like this, like you don't even have to code manually, except if you want to go to the code editor. And if we switch here, I'm sure we can see code updates in real time. Maybe let's go to app.tsx. So it's thinking right now, yeah. Wow, it's actually thinking for quite a lot. I don't want it to take this long. So maybe I would like go plug in my own API key and make sure like I have a premium experience. Um yeah, I mean while it's thinking, let's quickly look for how we can do that. Yeah. So here, it says switch to API key, which I kind of like want. So and the good thing is like because this is a Google, um platform, it can like connect to your Google account and like kind of like pre-grab your API keys that you have on that Google account, and you can just select it. For example, like if I click here, it shows I have a project named DollarKnight, and then I literally have an API key there already that I can choose from. So I mean, if we go back to the background, we can see like the code is being updated in real time. So I'll just let this finish before I make that API key change because I want more of a premium experience, right? Which of course like have most definitely advise if you're building something, and of course if it's for a business, like it just makes more sense. Like if you're actually like planning to make money with what you're building, it kind of like makes a lot of sense to pay for it, right? Because you are hoping to get a return on investment. So yeah, let's switch to my Google Gemini API key here, and then let's go back to preview. And yeah, again, it says, welcome to the boardroom. What challenge are you facing today? And I'm actually going to ask them like what they know about DollarKnight. So I want to see if by default the app like kind of like saves information about your like project and what you're working on. Because that is definitely like important. Like if you're actually really using this for a real world project, IRL in real life. So yeah, let me ask them that real quick. Let's put the ball to the test. Let's put Elon to the test. Yeah, so I'm gonna say, what do you know about Dollar Night? So hey, Steve Jobs is thinking, okay. Shout out again, shout out to Steve. May so rest in peace. But like we definitely like need Steve here. Okay, so it says, what is DollarKnight? Don't give me specs. Tell me what problem it solves for the user. Simply, does it make their life insanely great? Okay, so yeah, looks like they don't really know what DollarKnight is about. Looks like it's not saving by default. So I'm just gonna make a feature request right now. A couple of feature requests actually. So one, I noticed like, oh, I have to hover over like their pictures to see their names. Okay, I don't want that. I want it to show by default. And I like how Steve is at here. And then so I'm gonna say make the pictures actual images of the people I decided and make their names show by default even without mouse hover, right? Okay, so just a couple of UI, UI UX changes, and then I'm gonna say, you know what? Let's do that first. I want to keep my prompt, simple. And now that I changed my API key, it really should not be thinking for too long. Like, hopefully not. Because like yeah, I pretty much you do not need to set an API key to use a free tier. I mean, I know, but I want more of a premium experience. And yeah, it looks like it's actually thinking for a little bit. So I guess the thinking that takes time is normal. Guessing. But yeah, it pretty much is working in the background. And once it's done, it refreshes the page. As you can see, there we go. We have Steve Jobs' picture, we have Paul Revere, we have Elon. Jason Huang's picture is not quite loading as it should. So we're gonna like just reload the app. But you know what? We're just gonna tell it Jen since Jen since picture is not loading. Okay, so yeah, well, pretty much like again, like I said, the James Hamilton philosophy of building apps is like start simple, improve on that, and then like build on that. Like first, start as Nike, just do it, then build on top of that, right? That is really the best way to go because like that way you're making sure like you're not overthinking the features, you're not overthinking how you want the app to work. Like just do it, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to give it to you, other than that. All right. All right. So for some reason, Jensen's picture is still not loading, but I mean, uh, so, well, I must say, still not working. For some reason, it's not getting I'm not sure why, but you know what? Let's go to the code real quick. Let's see if we can troubleshoot this ourselves. So here, right, this is where it's grabbing the pictures from. And we can see for Steve Jobs, it has a Wikimedia picture. For Jensen, it now has a Wikimedia picture. So hopefully this works this time. So let's just check the preview. Let's refresh. Yeah, still not working. So, okay, so, from the back end, I can see we're able to like pretty much like put in an image URL, right? So I'm just gonna go out there and search for a good picture of Jensen Huang. You know what? This is actually not a bad one. So I'm gonna visit this page and copy the URL to this image, right? So copy image address, go back to Google AI Studio and coming or like any pipeline on like resizing them or reformatting. But yeah, we're just gonna wait for this. Be patient, Let's be patient. Context, right? So I want. So we're gonna make another feature request. So I want the app to. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me cook. Let me cook now. Let me cook now. Let me cook. All right. So yeah. So yeah. What I was gonna say is I want the app to save and remember context from all user chats. Yeah, but how can we do this effectively? Because if we're just like saving everything, it's pretty much like going to increase the token size of every single request, right? So I think I'm gonna have it save a summary of the chats, and then we'll see like how the cost, what the cost looks like. Okay, so yeah, I'll have it save and remember a, and it should do this by summarizing every single chat and discussion. So even if I close the app and come back, the app should remember this. Okay, and then so I actually got an idea of like having me log in with like a with like what would I call it? Let's say having me log in with some sort of single sign on, maybe Apple ID or maybe Google, but maybe that will be like a later feature update, right? Because like right now, this is just an app I'm building for myself, so not really much. I don't think I really need to like log out and log in again, except I'm just trying to stress myself out, right? Which is definitely not the goal of this project. So yeah, I'm pushing this feature request, have it, you know, save and remember context from the user chat, and you should do that by summarizing every single chat and discussion. So yeah, that is exactly what we expect, and that's the gambit. Yeah, and if you guys have like seen Loki, you probably know that line from He Who Remains, where it's like, and that's the gambit. And yeah, you know what? Like, if you do remember, like I told you, like one of my mentors, in software engineering, pretty much like put me on this idea of creating my very own AI board of directors, like 2 3 weeks ago, and I'm actually like just getting the chance to do that now. So again, this is person of Wally Lasisi. Um, has multiple companies that are worth tens of millions of dollars, and he actually like beat them himself, as you can see. Founder and CEO of Melvin Records, and there's actually a lot more than this, I promise you. But I guess he has been humble today. But yeah, I'm actually like just gonna take a picture real quick and like send it to him, and like just like show him like, yeah, working on that advice that you gave, and it is actually like looking good. So yeah, I'm just gonna like take a picture real quick, and I hope you do not mind. Okay, so yeah, now we have the feature of remembering things. So like hopefully this time it works. But of course, like we're not just gonna have to hope here, like we're actually going to test this out, right? So yeah, just give me like a quick 1 2 seconds. Let me shoot this picture over to Mr. Wally, and then I'm gonna just be right back with you. I'm gonna be right back with you. Okay, all right. So that is done, and yeah. So now we pretty much like want to test the persistent memory, right? For this for this app. So yeah, I'm going to Copilot, and now I would actually like have it give me like a much more detailed description of DollarKnight. So give me a 1 page description of DollarKnight and its current and coming features, and I'm gonna tell it to reference the website, so like it actually pulls quite a good amount of up-to-date features. So I'm telling it to reference that website. So ah yeah, and honestly, this is one thing I actually like about Copilot. Like it remembers things, it is quite accurate. Oh, so yeah, I mean, it is pretty much like accurate about like the beta launch in October, the full release plan for January. Like all this is pretty accurate. So yeah. Sorry guys. So yeah, I'm gonna copy that, paste it here, and delete this text, and then all right, so I'm gonna send this in. So Steve is thinking Okay. Okay. So this says, all right, automation first budgeting. That's a nice phrase. But what does it feel like? Is it truly effortless or just less tedious? When a user opens this app, do they gasp? Hmm, is it intuitive, beautiful, and so simple it just melts away? Or is it another spreadsheet on a screen just with AI buzzwords? Damn. Um, yo guys, Steve is actually cooking a little bit too much. Show me the experience, show me the insanely great part, not just a list of features. Hmm, fuck. Ah! All right, fuck. All right, yeah. You know what? Like, okay, this is actually good. This is actually good. I honestly like this, but yeah, I kind of like want the pictures to be bigger because like we want to see their faces more. So yeah, again, let's go to code. I'm pretty sure we can do this manually, right? So yeah, let's find the section of code that actually like sizes their pictures. I think here constants the ts file. So okay, no, not here. Index HTML. Okay, so we have the app, we have components, right? Okay, so I think we have width and height here, right? So let's double this, 32, 32, and that should refresh. That actually did not work. All right, so you know what? I don't think that is the right code because I mean, it really does not look like what I'm actually looking for. But oh, this is a class name. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. Imagine, look at me. That is a class name. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Okay, yeah. This is actually the thing about not building something out like manually. But you know what? Like I'm not like so experienced with building um TypeScript apps, but I think we're actually like closer to find what we're looking for. So let's expand this. So we have user icon exactly. Yeah, this is what we're looking for. So like let's double this, right? So yeah, we just doubled that. Now let's go to preview and wait, what? Uh, you know what? Is it also because of the view box? Are we also gonna have to double this? 48, 48. Honestly, if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna make a feature request. Yeah, double the size of the pictures. I mean, that really should not take too long, right? Hopefully not, you know. Ooh, look at that presenter overlay. Oh, ooh. Nah, y'all should look at that. Okay, all right. I'm gonna stay with the small one for right now, and that pretty much means like I don't need like YouTube itself to handle that for me. All right, so yeah, now we have that like much larger, pictures, and also another like update I would want to make is like making their text coming from this middle space, because like this is such like an empty space that really could be put to good use, right? So wait a second, let me take out this let me edit this. I take out the fact that it wants to use my webcam, and it looks like I cannot do that. Okay. Yeah, because like pretty much right now we just have an empty block of, I don't know. All right, so yeah, let's just go back to the regular stuff. But at least like we figured something out. We learned something new today, even though we did not even plan to. I mean, of course, we always plan to learn something new, but like we did not, know we're gonna like figure that out, right? But yeah, I mean, our boardroom is looking much better. So now we have a feature request, right? So yeah, right now I'm gonna say make the board, make the board's message come through the current space in the middle of all the pictures. So yeah, like previously, like when we had to, text the board or message the board, like the message, came down through here, but I wanted to stay up here, right? I wanted to stay up here. That is what I want. I wanted to stay in this middle space, and that's why we kind of like have like a board setting. Like I'm here, I am the CEO, and on my left side I got Jensen Huang, I got Elon, and then right across I have the greatest, arguably one of the greatest man ever in tech, or maybe not even arguably, maybe straight up the greatest man ever in tech. The man, the myth, the legend, Steve Jobs. May so rest in peace. And on my right side, I have the marketing genius, Paul Rotzer, and I also have Paulo Sergio, who is pretty much a information security person. And yeah, oh, okay. Let me go into full screen because like it's taking up like Steve Jobs's face. But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just like ask away though. So what do you know about DollarKnight? And right here, we are testing. Oh, look at that. And like, oh my god, this stuff does not remember shit. All right, you know what? Let me ask this AI like, how does the memory work? Yo, nah, Steve is actually crazy for this. Man said never heard of it. Does it simplify a complex problem? Is it insanely great, or is it just more noise? Like, damn, bro, chill. Okay. Uh Yeah, you know what? Let us grab that info on Copilot again. Really not sure why. All right, so I'm gonna copy this, paste that. Okay, and it looks like right now it's moving around the board. Like, so I see it went from Steve, now it's Elon, now it's maybe Jensen. I mean, let's ask another question. What do you know about DollarKnight? So now it's gone to Jensen, and I'm sure next is gonna be Polo. And like this is not how I want it to be. Like primarily, oh, okay, now it's starting to remember. But yeah, again, we want this to be persistent. We want this to be a persistent memory. So like let's refresh this page. And like let's ask the what do you know about DollarKnight question again. So refresh. All right. So yeah, paste that. What do you know about DollarKnight? Steve Jobs is thinking. And yeah, it's probably not coming. Is it just more noise? Yeah, exactly. Man does not know. All right. So yeah, looks like we have a little bit more work to do when it comes to the memory. So yeah, this might actually be a good time to implement the user account settings, because if we have a user account settings that uses like Google, sign in with Google, we can have the user sign into Google, which of course like can potentially access their Gmail, and we could literally like store the summary of the conversation to the users like Google Drive and pull that each time they're having a conversation. So I think like that is an idea. Not sure if that's the best way to implement this, um but yeah, so let's do for app first time open, have the user sign in using Google SSO. And so now we're going into user accounts creation. Now we're actually like working for real here. All right, because if you have a user account, wait, then there has to be a backend that is handling all that. All right, you know what? I'm pretty much like just going to spin up a quick Superbase environment for this project that will handle the user account. So let us go to Superbase. All right, so let us start a project. So we're gonna have a new project, by the way. So, oh, I got bills to pay, yo. I got bills to pay. Damn. So I can create a new. Wait, what? I can create a new. Fuck. I got $25. Damn. Is this gonna be the end of this vibe coding session? Because I got no money. Because I got no money. Yo, I literally spent all my money paying off like paying up my contractors' salaries like last month. So now I'm broke. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. I mean, like I literally know I got no money, but it's kind of like when you're at the when when you're trying to buy something at the store, and like you really know you ain't got enough money, but like you're still pretending to check your app. And then like the this thing, the person like trying to check you out is like, bro, like don't you know if you got enough money, bro? Like, so yeah, honestly, um, oh fudge. I mean, this is like a $25 I have to pay regardless. It's not like, oh, just because of this project. Um, but honestly, you know what? Let's try to like find a wait. Does my super base work? Yo, it's actually gonna be crazy if my super base is not working just because I am owing $25. Yo. All right, so it still works. Okay. All right, so my super base still works, guys. Still works. But yeah, I will come back and pay this later, fix this later. So I ain't trying to waste y'all's time. So right now we're not gonna do the user sign in because there's no backend to handle that. Uh, okay, so mm, interesting. This is suggesting a meeting timer feature, but I'm not sure if we really want that. But maybe we do. Maybe we don't want to spend too much time. But you know what? I mean, there's still features to implement. So Add voice input feature. Right. So just this like tiny feature updates is what this is gonna be. And I'm actually like end up selling this software honestly, like just have people pay like $5 a month to use this. This is kind of like a built out software. Just have it like, of course, I do the user login thing. I make the board like actually editable, right? So you like make sure you can actually edit it and potentially like go up to even damn 10 is gonna be a lot. I think 5 should be the max. And yeah, damn, I actually like how I use the restroom, guys. Fuck. So now is this requesting access to microphone. Oof. Oh fuck! I gotta use the restroom, yo. Fuck. Okay, fuck. You know what? Let me keep my composure. Let me keep my composure. As a CEO and founder, I cannot be cut like this online. I can't be cut like this online. Wait, no, this is reverse. That is much harder for me to like make myself centered. All right, now it looks better. Okay, so now it's like catching errors itself, and it's trying to fix those errors, which is always a good thing while vibe coding. All right, I mean we're really waiting for this. I think it's time for that copyright music.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
All right, so now we have the voice input feature. Hi everybody. I'm testing out this feature. Yeah, what do you think about budgeting apps? I mean, so now I think right now it has us like clicking send. You know what? Like I actually agree with this. Budgeting apps, they are mostly a chore, clunky, ugly, and fundamentally miss the point of why people need them. It's not about tracking numbers, it's about peace of mind. If it's not intuitive, beautiful, and something people love to engage with, it's just another spreadsheet. Like, yeah, we're trying to like have people have more than a spreadsheet experience, right? So yeah, this actually makes sense. Yeah, I'm just gonna take another picture of this and just like make sure I have a picture. Okay, this makes sense. So now Tamasi, what about you? Like I know this is gonna go to like Elon Musk, But like I don't want the order to just be specific, like, oh, the first time I send a message goes to Elon, second time goes to Jensen. Um, I mean, sorry, first time goes to Steve, second time goes to Elon, third time goes to Jensen. Like I actually want this to be either random or based on what areas like those people have expertise in, or like what they are known for, or what great made them great. So right now, let me just ask, like, what is the order for who responds to each prompt? Damn. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to take this shit offline because like the ideas this is giving me is actually insane. Nah, you know what? Thank y'all for joining. Love y'all, man. And I'm gonna see you on the next one. I'm gonna have to take this online because like this is too good. This is actually too good. All right, bye y'all. Yeah, and stream.